Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's Tuesday, May 2nd or 3rd, somewhere around in there. Let's see, 2 weeks, Monday evening, 2 weeks ago, planting my corn, my peas, okra, squash, everything. And it's coming up. I want to give you an update on the garden, what all I've been dealing with. There's the field. You can see some of the seed coming up out of the ground. Last week, maybe this time last week, I guess, Tuesday or Wednesday, everything came out of the ground. I was starting to see these corn and peas sticking up out of the ground. Come back out here just a few hours later, and I mean, I'm talking about the old crows just got out here and started just pecking this stuff out of the ground. Well, that brings in these pie pans. I go get a bunch of sticks and pie pans and put in the ground, and I don't know if it's helping any or not, but it seems like it don't seem like it's happened since I put them up. Real windy day here in the south. I hope you can hear me okay. There you go. There's a little old stool I put over here where I can just kind of sit down. Generally I go for a little morning walk, sit right here a little while, kind of look at my gardens, kind of see what all's going on. Right now, there ain't a whole lot to do, just let the seeds grow. We've had some, I mean, it's been in the 40s almost every night for the last couple of weeks, so it's making it grow slow, coming out of the ground slow. But it's coming up. You know, I've seen the birds in the garden. I've got deer tracks out there. Ever get old Buster Clyde wound up, he just thinks that's just where he's got to go running around and around in circles, but you know, that's Buster Clyde for you. But I generally start my morning right here. I'll spend about 8 to 10 minutes just kind of thinking about what all I got to do today. And once I kind of contemplate what I'm going to do, I generally walk back and forth through these rows and see what all's going on. Looks like the weeds is coming up faster than the produce. But it's coming up. I got another video before this one. I hope it's going to be on the short side. One of the short videos, it'll just kind of show where the birds kind of picked everything out of the ground. I haven't downloaded it yet. Got it ready to download. I just, for some reason our internet was so slow, it just wouldn't do nothing the other evening, so just not on the ground. My cucumbers, squash, I think I got maybe 3 rows of squash, 2 cucumbers, something like that. It's coming out of the ground. I'm not expecting that garden to do much. It was just where 2 old trees were. It's just a mess. But anyways, I planted it. It was some soft dirt and I had some seed left, so there you go. Well, generally in my morning I go from that rock over here to this one. So I always thought this was kind of neat. This my cross I built. Little story behind that. I may tell it one day. Here's old rock. That's kind of neat. It says XX Southern 1801. I found that on a piece of property I used to own. Probably come from down around the old mining area of Bradford. That's where I was raised. And anyways, my next thing, I generally come over here and sit down on this rock. And this is kind of where I spend a little time praying for people. These rocks here beside it, they generally represent somebody I'm praying for. At least it started out that way. Now sometimes my prayer list includes quite a few other people. It's a pretty day around here other than this wind, but it's still nice. Everything's turning green. I was on the lawnmower yesterday for several hours, cleaning up, mowing grass, mowing out here around the orchard. Looks like my blueberries out here is doing real good. Got a handful of peaches on one of the trees. Never had these pear trees produce much, though. They produced 1 year and didn't amount to nothing. But these late frosts, I think, is what's getting us on these things. They bloom out and then we'll have a late frost and then it don't amount to nothing. Don't look like the plums are going to do anything this year. I think the late frost got them. Quite a few apples on the apple trees. And blueberries will do good. And there's a handful of peaches over there. Some kind of armor eat that. There you go. There's another place to sit down I created. Really right here I sit. Sometimes this way. So I can bring my guitar down here sometimes and sing, praise the Lord, just to enjoy the moment. Yeah. A lot prettier up here when the leaves are off the trees. I mean, it's pretty now, but when the leaves are off the trees, you can see a pretty good little ways out there. But the blueberries, they'll be turning blue pretty soon. We still got gallons and gallons of them in the freezer from last year. Same thing with squash. I think we've got some okra left over from last year. That's a good thing. That's about all we put up. That and peppers. We put up all the bell peppers we can. I don't eat a lot of jalapenos, but I do eat some jalapenos. They just, I like them. They just don't like me anymore. Part of getting a little older, I reckon. Mowed me a little old trail through here. I say for about 2 weeks now, I've had no head cold. It's been pretty rough. I'm on the back side of it now. I feel good. Still dealing with a little bit of congestion, but I'm feeling pretty good. There for a few days last week, all I did was what I just had to do. Yeah, I got some more squash and I think 3 rows of okra, and this is corn and peas again. Corn and pole beans. I don't know why I said peas, but pole beans. And my son's truck. We got it over here. We're gonna put it on a trailer and drug it to the house. Motor locked up on it. Just 350,000 miles, I guess, on the old truck. Motor locked up. Number 3 rod. God is a crank. So that's another project we got in the shop. We'll be working on. Hadn't done much, I don't think, to the farm ball since the last time we spoke. Just been cleaning up a little bit around the shop, moving stuff around. Kind of moved all my trailers and junk from here to over there. Container garden's looking good. It's thriving. I'll probably have some little bitty peppers hanging here real soon. Maybe even a tomato or two. Got more tomatoes. These here, really, I'm probably not gonna plant them anywhere, but I just, grew them from seed, and I just kind of hate to see them all go to waste. Well, we'll see what happens. Those over yonder might as well just chunk them. They won't even make a container. But there's the little old 4.3 motor. Locked the bearing up on it. And there's a little 4L60 transmission I'm gonna build for him. Got a boat motor in here. I picked up an old ragged pontoon boat last year. Sold the boat to somebody, but kept the motor. Fairly low hour engine. But the magneto's bad on it. And I'm gonna make me a little old stand here this afternoon, get it where I can have it in the shop and maybe get a magneto on it, put it on it. I got a pontoon boat, but the motor wants to not run more than it wants to run. It's got an old 78 model Evinrude 140 on it, I think it is. It's just, I bought the old boat and it's just been a pain ever since I got it. If you ever get it running, it's a good motor, but it's hard to crank. I can mow farm all. I sure do want to get a little paint on it. That won't happen today. What else I got going on? I just wanted to bring you update what we got going on around here. That's about it. You might see the crank sitting over there on that table. I think Crank's gonna be all right. He actually shut the motor off, and then when he went to crank it, he wouldn't crank. It had seized after he stopped, after he cut the key off. Maybe he cut it off just in time. I'm gonna vat the block, get it cleaned up, see how straight the cylinders are. Got a little sun at home, I can run up and down it, and then I'm gonna get the mics out and see what kind of wear we got. From top to bottom, see her egg shape, see what I need to do with it. But as for today, I think I'm gonna be working on building this little old frame, getting this motor where I can put it on something. So there you go. For anybody that's following me, that's kind of what's going on right now. So if you enjoy kind of keeping up what's going on around the shop, just like and share and just enjoy it. So we're gonna sign out to the next time. Talk to you later.